Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will explain about Anthropic and why it is overhyped. Before that, my credentials. I have been with Google for more than 6 years plus. I happen to be a TEDx speaker and author of Demystify Generative AI book for everyday people. And let's get straight to the point. If you follow AI narrative now, it goes something like this. OpenAI is the reckless speed demon. Google is the giant playing catch-up game. Anthropic is the good guy, the safe option, the responsible adult in the room. I work in Google, and look, I am not here to bash the competition. Claude is a fantastic model. But when I look at the valuation, media praise, and actual technical reality, I see a massive disconnect. There is a feeling inside the industry that Anthropic is significantly overhyped, not because their tech is bad, but because their moat is an illusion. In this video, I'm going to explain why constitutional AI is mostly marketing, why their business model has a fatal flaw compared to Google and the likes of Microsoft, and why being safe alternative might actually be a trap. So let's get started. Let's start with this argument: the safety moat is a marketing gimmick. Let's start with the biggest selling point: safety. Anthropic was founded by ex-OpenAI employees who left because they wanted to prioritize safety. They pioneered something called constitutional AI. It sounds noble. Instead of humans constantly rating bad answers, they give an AI a constitution, a set of rules to grade itself. Here is the cold reality. Safety is not a product, it's a baseline requirement. In early days, being safe differentiated them, but now Google has massive safety teams. OpenAI has massively safety teams. The gap between the safe Gemini response and a slave Claude response is negligible to the average user. When your entire brand identity is "we are the safe ones," you paint yourself into a corner. You end up with a model that refuses to answer basic prompts because it's overly sensitive. We see this all as a time, the users complaining that Claude lectures them instead of helping them. In the race for utility, hyper safety isn't a moat. Sometimes it's a friction point that drives users back to Gemini or ChatGPT. Let's move on to the second point: distribution problem, feature versus ecosystem. But the biggest reason I think they are overhyped isn't about the model at all. It's about where the model lives. In tech, the best product doesn't always win. The best distribution wins. Think about how do you work. If you're using Google Workspace, Gemini is baked right into your Docs, Gmail, your Drive. You don't have to leave the workflow. If you're into Microsoft ecosystem, Copilot lives inside Word and Excel. Anthropic doesn't have an ecosystem. They have a chatbot and a website and an API. To use Claude, you will have to deliberately leave your workflow, open a new tab, log in. This is a massive friction tax. While Anthropic is fighting for individual users, Google and Microsoft are just flipping a switch and putting their AI in front of billions of existing users. Well, Anthropic is trying to sell a standalone engine. Google is selling the whole car. History shows standalone tool eventually gets crushed by the ecosystems. Let's move on to point number 3. Compute economics, renting versus owning. Then there is an issue of scale and hardware. This is the stuff nobody talks about, but it matters the most. Training these frontier models cost hundreds of millions, eventually billions of dollars. Google owns the hardware, the internet. We design our own TPUs. TPUs stand for Tensor Processing Unit. We own the data centers. We own the fiber optic cables under the ocean. Anthropic is renting. They are heavily reliant on AWS and, ironically, Google Cloud for their compute. When you are renting your infrastructure from the biggest competitors, your margins are always going to be worse than theirs. If a price war starts, and it will, Google can afford to run Gemini at a loss affecting forever because we can make money on search and YouTube. Anthropic needs to make a profit model on the model itself. We don't have a runway to survive a race to the bottom of pricing. And let's move into the conclusion. The great lab tough business. Look, don't get me wrong. The researchers at Anthropic are brilliant. Claude 3 is a masterpiece of engineering. Competition is good for us at Google. It keeps us sharp. But is Anthropic the next trillion-dollar giant? I doubt it. They are brilliant research lab caught between two empires, Google on one end and OpenAI, Microsoft on the other end. They don't own the chips, they don't own the distribution, and their safety lead has already evaporated. They are valued like a platform, but right now they are just an expensive feature. But hey, this is my view from inside the Plex. Maybe I am wrong. Let me know in the comments, do you use Claude over Gemini and why? Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.